Greetings and welcome to my new video, How to Write an Effective AP World History DBQ. My name is William Harris and I teach at Dutchtown High School. DBQ stands for Document-Based Question. All the students know what DBQ will stand for by the time they take their test on May the 12th, 2011. DBQs are the easiest to write on your national test because technically you do not need to know anything about the topic. The DBQ is testing your skill on analyzing primary sources. All students should memorize the generic scoring rubric for the DBQ. This is one of the most important facets of being successful on your AP World History test. It is not difficult, however, you must practice before you can complete it. There is no one in the classroom that cannot complete this. Next we see the AP World History Generic DBQ rubric, and you see that there are two parts to the rubric. First you have your, on the left side you have your basic core, and you need to memorize 1 through 6 to make sure that you have these ready when you take your test on May the 12th, 2011. Number one, you have to have an acceptable thesis, and this is the most important part of your DBQ rubric. Number two, you must understand the basic meaning of all the documents that they are provided. Hopefully, you won't have more than 8 or 9 documents to interpret in the 55 minutes you have to write the DBQ. Number three, support the thesis with appropriate evidence from all documents. So as you write your thesis, you must understand what is inside each document so that you can come up with a thesis statement that is associated with the documents. Number four is probably the most difficult part of your AP World History DBQ, and that is analyzing point of view in at least 3 of the documents. Point of view, you have to look at the source of the document. Who is the author? Why is he saying this? What is his reasoning behind this statement? So for example, it might be a British official wanting to increase trade in India in the late 1800s. Well, he's stating that because of course the British want to make more money off of India, and with this could be more wealth for him. So he has a biased or a prejudicial point of view because it will help him or her in some way further up on the road. Number five, you have to analyze your documents by grouping them in at least 3 ways depending on the question. And grouping means just there's at least 2 to a group. So if you have 9 documents in your DBQ, you probably want to think along the lines of 3 documents in a group, and that way you've covered all parts of the basic core of the rubric. Number 6 is the easiest part of your DBQ in your rubric, and that's where you need to identify and explain the need for one type of additional document or source. Now the College Board always has their DBQ set up where all the documents are written by either a man or a woman or a certain religious group, and so the identifying the need for an additional document, you just have to look at a document that is missing, and all you have to do is write 2 or 3 sentences explaining why you need an appropriate additional document. A sentence such as, I would be able to further analyze this question if I had a document from a Islamic merchant who traveled along the Silk Road. And that's all you really need to do to satisfy the basic core. Once you get that, you have a subtotal of 7 points, and then if you get that, then you can go to the expanded core, and this will of course help you achieve success, overall success on your test. Some examples of ways to earn extra points in the expanded core is you have a clear analytical and comprehensive thesis. You show useful, insightful analysis of the documents. Use the documents persuasively as evidence. You analyze point of view in most or all documents. So you see, you go back to number 5 on the basic core. number 4 in the basic core, you only have to analyze 3 documents to get that point. To get an extra point, you might analyze 6 or 7, analyze point of view in 6 or 7 documents. Analyze the documents in additional ways. So instead of having 3 groupings, you could have 4 or 5 groupings if you can do this. I wouldn't recommend this because you only have 55 minutes to write this. And then the last bullet, explain why additional types of documents or sources are needed. And this is probably one of the easier way to get your expanded core, as you can just add different types of additional documents that we just talked about in the basic core on number 6. If you can get the 2 points there, you get a 9 on your DBQ, and you're well on your way to getting a 3, 4, or a 5 on your AP World History test. Students, good luck, and all of you can do this. You just have to practice.